Introducing the new machine from YesWelder, the CUT-65DS PLUS, upgraded from the CUT-65DS Pro. While the Pro focused on plate cutting, the Plus model takes things to the next level with 4-in-1 multifunctions: plate cutting, grid cutting, gouging, and marking. In this video, we'll go through each function step by step from setup to demonstration. So let's talk about what you get from YesWelder when you order the CUT-65DS Plus. You get the machine itself. I like it. It's small, it's light, it fits anywhere in the shop, it's easy to move around, and it looks good. Also, you're going to get the ground clamp. You're going to get the torch. You're going to get the consumables for the torch because the torch is going to need different setups for the different processes. But instead of having to go buy these separately, YesWelder added the consumables in for you. And then lastly, you're going to get some air hose too. If you're running a quick connect on your air compressor, it's already set up for that from the factory. However, if you're running this style hose, they do send the other adapter for the back of the machine, and then some pipe tape, which is super nice to wrap around the threads to make sure you have an airtight connection on the back. So let's plug all of this into the CUT-65DS Plus and talk about how to get this machine going. Hooking up on the front panel is very easy with our ground going into the right-hand side. And then the torch going in to the left-hand side, keeping in mind all these pins and notches. The front panel on the CUT-65DS Plus is super easy to navigate, which is awesome. Here on the left, we have our PSI. That's how much air pressure we're currently running. What's also nice is you can click this button right here. You go over to BAR or PSI, depending on which you like to use in terms of reading air pressure. Up here, we're going to have cut modes. We're going to have plate cutting, grid cutting, gouging, or marking. Up here on the top left, this is telling us how we're doing with our electrical source, whether we're running 110 or 220. As long as this green light's on, that means the machine is ready to cut. We have 2T or 4T trigger control, depending on how we like to set that up. And then we have how many amps we're running. And then finally, we have post flow. Post flow is going to be the amount of time after the cut is done that air is going to be continually pushed through, cleaning out that cut, making sure molten metal doesn't stay in there. Higher, tougher, thicker cuts, we're going to want more post flow. And smaller, thinner cuts, we don't need as much. Before cutting or marking or gouging, we have to make sure the torch head is correctly assembled with the correct consumables. So this is how it came from the factory, ready for plate or grid cutting. I've disassembled it for reference. So we have the torch head, the electrode, the swirl ring, the tip, the nozzle cup, and the standoff guy. So since we're going to start with plate cutting, let's put this together. Swirl ring, electrode, tip, nozzle cup, and guide ring. All right, now this torch is ready to plate cut or grid cut. Very impressive performance on the CUT-65DS Plus. Cutting through the 1 3/16 steel, very minimal cleanup, nice clean edge, like it wasn't even trying. Of course, that is just one of the 4 modes on this machine, the next being grid cutting. Sometimes plasma cutters have a tough time cutting on expanded steel or steel that has holes in it because the arc will become erratic and unstable as it passes over. This machine from YesWelder solves that problem, so let's give that a go. Grid cutting, a great feature on the CUT-65DS Plus. You know, guys, as welders and fabricators, we come across all shapes and sizes of metal, so it's super nice that this can cut both solid plate and expanded as well. Now, let's talk about the third model, gouging. So before we can start the gouging process, we're going to have to change the consumables on the torch. So we're going to take off our plate cutting consumables. And replace them with the gouging consumables. The gouging consumables are going to be the electrode, and the tip. And everything else is going to stay the same. The gouging feature is great for removing bad welds. Maybe you're using a different plasma cutter that didn't cut quite as clean as this one does. You need to remove some of that drip from the bottom. Really anything that you need to remove metal without going all the way through. So lastly, let's talk about the last mode on the CUT-65DS, and that's marking. Marking is a lightweight function on this machine. On one end of the spectrum, we have the plate cutting that'll cut all the way up to 1 3/16. Now we're going the other end of the spectrum in marking. This is great for engraving lines, for layout, to if you're going to do a plasma cut, to do that print onto the metal, you're going to use marking to make that line to follow with the plasma cutter. Truly 4-in-1 versatility coming from YesWelder's CUT-65DS Plus. Plate cutting, precise and powerful cuts, grid cutting, stable arc on mesh and perforated metal, gouging, efficient surface metal removal, marking, clean and accurate surface marking. For more information on the CUT-65DS Plus and all the other great products that YesWelder makes, please visit YesWelder.com. And until next time, enjoy welding with YesWelder.